This is part 2 of our study called Where Are You? It's from Genesis chapter 3. So today we're going to look at how God comes in mercy. Now, this is the first and the most important point of this section right here. The man and woman have sinned against the perfect God. What is his response? What is God's response? We see God come walking in. The verses say, and they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool or the wind of the day. Do you grasp the significance of this? First, the Lord God comes to them. God is the seeker here. God is always the seeker. We look at the story of Abram further on in Genesis. Abram was living in Haran with his family. It was God that came and told him to leave. It was God who came to rescue Lot from Sodom after Jacob cheated on Esau and he was running for his life. God came to him in a dream. When Moses was hiding in Midian, God came to Moses through the burning bush. When Jesus started his earthly ministry, it was he that went and chose his apostles. As he reminds them in John 15:16, you did not choose me, but I chose you. See, Jesus is the shepherd who goes to find the lost sheep. He is the one that came to seek and to save the lost. From Luke 19:10. He came into the world to save sinners. 1 Timothy 1:15. I could go on and mention more people like Paul. God came to Paul. Paul didn't go to God. And a whole bunch of others that God went to. It is clear. God takes the initiative. God acts first. This should also be clear since we just went through Genesis 1 and Genesis chapter 2, where Moses shows us that in the beginning there was God, and he created the man and breathed life into him. God came to Adam. God came to man. But how did God come to Adam and Eve? Well, first he asks questions. God asks questions. This is another important thing to notice. He didn't come in a worldwide flood, which we'll do later on. He didn't come with fire and brimstone, which we'll see that later on too. He came asking questions. A.W. Pink puts it this way: beautiful indeed is this record of divine grace. This is not the voice of the policeman, but the call of a yearning love. Dark as is the background here, it only serves more clearly to reveal the riches of God's grace. Highly favored as our first parents were, blessed with everything the heart could desire, only a single restriction placed upon their liberty in order to test their loyalty and fidelity to their Maker. How fearful then their fall. How terrible their sin. What wonder if God had consigned them to everlasting chains under darkness, as he did the angels when they sinned. What wonder if his wrath had instantly consumed them. Such would have been no undue severity. It would simply have been bare justice. It was all they deserved. But no, in his infinite condescension and abundant mercy, God deigned to be the seeker and came down to Eden crying, where are you? So, God also asked Adam, who told him he was naked? And if he had eaten from the tree, he asked those questions. And why did God ask those? He's God. He infinite knowledge. Clearly, God is not on a fact-finding mission here. No, God asked the questions in order to allow the man to own up to his own sin. God does not just hurl judgment upon the man, but is still willing to enter into dialogue with his creature. That is just basically spit in his face. This is mercy. This is mercy. But what does man do when God comes? We'll look at that next time.